time of night always goes. Yeah. Laying there in the middle of cold aromas, chili aromas. I'm doing
Capital hanging out with
We
you.
don't even need it. He's getting hot flashes. We don't need no fire tonight. But that's okay, because the doc says you're getting hot flashes.
That's what
I think we still got this thing still sitting here. Yeah. You still need somebody to sit here? Good. I'll sit here anyway. I am howdy doody. I'm a union man. You can call me Rudy. Bend over and back up. Live from KMVT in downtown San Jose, it's Election Night Special. Special. We're gonna rev up the results tonight, baby. We're revving up the results. Yeah, look at that. Tuesday. See Big G and John Man Maisie on election special. We got, what do you think? Is that better? Is that shot better? Because you're going to get more Terry. You know what? When we read the script, it's more Terry doing. I don't even know why you got that little video and have to set these numbers. She got no lines. Got no lines just in case. What's it? Shoot the beauty shot? La música.
These lights further back.
No, those probably are fine. La música. Part 2. Thank you, Mountain View, and welcome back to Valley Politics at KMVT.
We might have to adjust levels on these, but go over and let us know.
Yeah, you know what? I've seen him from the wide shot. I can hardly see him from that. Yeah, I can hardly see him because we're not back far enough. I mean, you can move that camera back to the wall if you want and show a really wide shot.
I'm not sure if it's too hot or not.
I mean,
I can see the ladder really good.
Oh, well, that works then.
we need to put Mitch's.
So just leave the ladder up.
No, we need to put Mitch's picture on there.
Yeah.
It's awful bright. Feels bright.
What, the lights? They're all on 100%.
The Niners lighting looked great this morning.
It did?
Yeah, even Terrell, man, he looked good this morning. That's what I was saying over at God Mike.
Today, when I did the lights, I aimed them away from him on purpose.
Right.
So that's why.
You know what? I've been trying to get Frank to do that for 10 years. I go, dude, can't you not see? Think of it as a Venn diagram. Okay, first of all, Venn diagram is probably way over his head anyway. So Venn diagram is, you know, Venn diagram's like this. There's that common area in the middle. I go, dude, you got way too much of this hitting right here. Can you like spread it out a little bit and let it wash across there? Man, it was perfect today. It was just totally perfect. That's why I said, man, Terrell, you look good today. Did you take some good looking pills this morning? He goes, man, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Dude, what's something else?
Go for you always look good, man.
Yeah, I want to try to make them all look good. All right.
qué?
Can you approximate the light level so I can look and see what the sky cam looks like? Because it's like blown out. I don't want him to change it. But
Should I close the back doors?
No.
Oh, that's right, they're gonna be open.
is that gonna be it? Somebody needs to sit there on the set so I can look and see what
Yeah,
the
can we get?
people lights look like. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Goof.
How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Kicking it.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't see it. God blessed thing, because none of the cameras are focused on anything.
Uh-oh.
Joshua,
Yeah.
can you go and fix the auto cue, please? Don't pull out that script.
Freeze up.
It's
Alright,
in
that'll
there.
be there,
Okay.
I guess.
Go and do your thing that you do with that thing that you do.
You know what? I have.
You don't need me, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Why?
We need
Because I got blue light.
we
on
want
the side of
someone-
the face coming
We're
from
sitting
the-
in.
from the LED.
We're protesting. We're sitting in. We're demanding.
Miranda, come and get your ass in here. We need you.
I need
the
one-
studio.
I need
We're-
to do-
We're having a sit-in here at
Somebody
Crate
sit on one.
TV.
Sit down, you're the presenter.
Some of the blue LED is coming
presenter.
across Mickey's face.
That's because I'm a blue blood.
Stage right side, because you're a blue blood.
Because I'm a blue blood. I'm British.
Is it still there?
Let me see. I need camera 2. Can you get camera 2 kind of focused on a 3 shot there? That'd be good to know.
We're having a sit-in here at Crate TV.
From that angle, it's not. It's good.
I moved it.
Okay, great. That did wonders.
Hello.
Hi.
I can't vote.
So I have this.
How unfortunate.
I know. Terrible. That's our election night special. Good night.
If you could have voted,
I would have not voted
I
For-
would have still chose not to.
any people that I don't like. As American politics is based largely on personality rather than policy, I would have voted for the nice-looking one.
The American electoral policy is total hypocrisy because it's not a democracy at all.
That's a lot of asses in the democracy. Hypocrisy.
What can I do? It's English.
It is. It's nice though, isn't it? Whoa, whoa,
Actually, I should say I'm
gopher.
speaking American.
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 Gopher, you're a loafer.
I'm
I'd like
speaking.
to sit on
American.
the sofa.
I'd like to sit on the sofa with Gopher and watch some television.
And
I put my toaster on. I have a remote for my toaster.
Whoa, whoa, Jason, I know you are a mason. Do you have a funny handshake? Will they save you if there is an earthquake?
They're not gonna save anybody.
Whoa, whoa, Miranda, do you have a pet panda?
With 2 left-handers.
Does it have a left hander? Whoa, whoa, Donna, do you really wanna
Hang in the sauna.
sit in a sauna
No
and
fucking
get
way.
a lovely, lovely tan?
no way.
Well, basically go red for heat
I would go
exhaustion.
dead in a
With the-
sauna.
With the panda.
It's
That wasn't
That-
it.
no saunas are not for
They
me.
could focus
Woo
camera
woo,
1 on something other than the
Nikki.
brim.
I think you're pretty tricky.
Viewfinder for camera.
If your hair a
Fucking-
flaky.
Didn't drive home.
Tricky Mickey is not like Tricky Dicky.
There you go, looking good.
You're looking good there, Mirandala. Please Mirandize us.
Yeah, for sure. Before the cops come.
Yep, I think the
Whoa,
lighting,
whoa,
lights look good, so we need to
Jason.
just get the sky cam adjusted.
I
But
think
you know
you've
what?
got
I
a
probably won't even
race
use the
on.
sky cam. You know?
And his stupid face.
Oh, Joshua, look at you fixing shit. I love it when you do that.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
So you didn't like the black on
You
white?
like my black
No.
on white?
Oh,
It's
you
really
like
hard
that?
to look at. It's really hard to look at.
Shush, man.
Typical, you know?
it's formatted so we can read it.
All right.
Thanks.
Can't read that?
I can't, well, yeah, but he's going to want a bit of, you know, space in between
Just
things.
Big font.
Thanks, Rob. Oh.
Not a big font.
I've lost my auto cue. I'm therefore useless. Hello. Shit. What are you doing?
He's waving at us.
Whoa, whoa, Jason. There's
Oh,
a
I thought.
political race on. You're gonna put it on the telly.
And then I'm gonna beat my belly.
And hope Terry doesn't get out his belly.
Hopefully he doesn't lay it smelly.
Oh.
Go for Freddie, do a smelly.
He likes this girl called Kelly. Her mother's name is Nellie. I think I'll wear my wellies.
Are those boots?
Yes.
Wear your jelly.
We call them rain boots. We call them Wellington boots.
I have friends from England, so I learned from them the proper way to drink
Oh, I taught Adam the real way to make tea once.
tea. It makes a lot of sense to me.
I remember Adam drank tea every day, and he drank English tea, he drank PG tips. And I was like, you do not make English tea like that, Adam. And he went, what do you mean? I went, come here, I'll show you how to make a cup of tea. Made him the cup of tea. He went, that's so much better! I went, I know.
Except I don't put milk in mine.
I sometimes do, it depends what I'm having. I quite like Earl Grey with a little bit of lemon. I do like milk in my tea normally. You see, when you go and get tea in America, for some reason, they give you a cup of hot water and a tea bag. It's like, don't do that. Put the tea bag in the cup, put the hot water on the tea bag. That's how the tea infuses into the water.
Immediately after it boils.
You can't do dipping.
Immediately after it boils.
Immediately, it has to be really hot.
You don't,
Jason, so is that going to be the light level?
Yeah.
Okay.
except is everybody gonna be white, or they're gonna be people of a darker hue?
We're not having any unwhite people here.
What
Uh-oh.
about Raul Perez?
That's why we're sitting in.
Yeah, but we have his watchdog here with him.
his watchdog.
Yeah, some white guy.
Really?
Making sure he doesn't steal anything.
Really? So is that how we're doing
Look
this?
at Donna's face. You see it?
I'm sorry, Donna. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's him. He's a moron.
It's not that segregated yet.
Not
Yet.
We're working.
Give it time.
Tramp is working on it.
Ah, Trump. Gopher! You really are disgusting.
I voted today, and they only gave me a choice between Republicans and Democrats. There were no Peace and Freedom Party. It's like, what the fuck?
It was all a waste of space. Why would we put them on there? No one else matters except for Democrat and Republican. Really, Democrats don't matter either. They're just like people rights and shit.
Democrats and Republicans are very similar
This
to each
country is
other.
a business. We ain't got time for feelings, making sure people are happy. We're here
Yeah,
to
just
make
a
money.
little bit.
That's what capitalism is all about.
That's right. You want a communist? Go to China.
Because it definitely needs to come over this light here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Money.
And it's, you know,
Rules.
obviously we didn't
All
make
that
it too
they
level with
care
it,
about.
with
Yeah.
this science.
What else matters?
Nobody will ever know it's not level.
Love
Think
ain't
of
gonna pay
a-
the bills, is it?
I think a whole bunch of stuff matters more than money.
Yeah.
Because you sure can't eat it, and you can't drink it, and you
Yeah,
can't
can.
breathe it.
I could use money to go buy me some Carl's Jr. right now.
No, you can't, but that's not drinking money.
You can't drink love either.
I didn't say you can drink love, but you for sure can't drink money, and you can't eat it.
For sure
Can't
can't eat
breathe.
or drink
Can't
love
drink.
either.
You can't breathe it either.
Can't breathe love either.
You gotta have air, clean air to drink, to breathe, clean water to drink, and healthy food to eat.
Well, you don't have to. We can
Oh,
make
yeah,
it a
you
little
do.
dirty and just shorten your life a little
No,
bit.
gotta have all that good
That's
stuff.
okay. Make room for new life.
Human right.
And the old lives who just sitting around not doing shit.
No,
People just complaining and bitching about everything else going on in the world instead of just worrying about their own situation.
1, 2, 3.
You got these damn protesters out here complaining about things
I
going on. in
complain
other
every
places.
single day.
4.
Every single day.
I was wondering how long it was gonna take you to bite on that.
Every single day.
I gotta finish this.
I just wish it would change something.
It'll never change anything. Protesting brings money, so that's why they allow it.
No. Just gotta get more people involved.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Just stop the whole fucking system. Just stop it.
Yeah. And then what?
So I don't know if we're not. I don't know if we're doing
It would
time.
crash.
Total chaos.
It would crash.
Anarchy. Zombie apocalypse.
No.
I would
not
die
purge.
first in the purge.
Would you?
Yeah, I don't know how to do anything.
Oh, I get a fucking sniper rifle. I take those.
Where would you get it?
And we kick it back to.
It's easy.
Sure, it is easy.
Yeah.
Just call Saudi Arabia. We want from one of those guys, one Muslim.
It is easy. AR-15s. It's no
Sure, it
problem to
is.
get
Piece of
one.
cake. You
I
get
need-
ice cream, man.
You just go to one of these gun shows. Boom.
That's true. Or you can go out of state and buy
Go
it,
out of
too.
state and buy them. Easy peasy.
All right, I'll do it.
No problema.
Now I got plans for this week.
And then you just go to the shooting range and learn how to shoot it.
Get out your
That's it.
frustration.
Darlene like it. Darlene like it.
Wasn't there one person on there that was not Democrat or Republican?
He called
It was like
himself
one
independent.
person.
Posner, but I don't trust him.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I voted. It's been
Posner.
too long.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, Posner.
Oh.
No. I don't remember what he used to run as. But I remembered something about him that wasn't cool, so I voted for the other guy. Didn't do my homework well enough. But it was more important for me to vote for or against the propositions and not for the politicians.
Yeah, daylight savings.
I voted against that one because I
Yeah.
don't want constant daylight savings time.
Yeah, it would be. It's just. I feel like it might be better the other way around.
I would rather not have daylight savings time. Just let it get dark when it's get dark and just keep it.
Yeah,
the
but which
same-
way's the right way?
Just keep it the regular time, and then when it's summer, it gets lighter, and when it's winter, it gets darker in the evening. And
I wish that would be the opposite though. The summer's so hot, it'd be nice for it to get darker sooner.
yeah, that's true. The only thing I do like about summer is it stays light late. In the
Yeah.
wintertime, it gets dark early. So that's the only thing I like about the summer. Otherwise, I much prefer the winter when it's cooler. But it's much better here than it is the further north you go. I toured Europe when I graduated college, and I got up to Norway with my sister, and we were sleeping outside in our sleeping bags. I can't remember what time it was you went to sleep, but I woke up and it was bright light. And I go, oh my God, it must be 10 o'clock in the morning. And I looked at my watch, it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So if you go farther up north,
Yeah, like Alaska.
if
But
you
don't they
no,
have,
no,
like,
no, if
30
you go
days?
far up north, then the sun goes like this in the sky. It doesn't
Yeah.
even set. Just makes a circle in the sky. We were trying to get up there to see that, but it was just too cold.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird too.
But
But doesn't Alaska have 30 days of night?
yeah, so in those areas where I think I would be okay with that. I wouldn't want the 30 days of constant sunlight though.
Yeah, but if it's cool, it might not be so bad. Might be a little hard to sleep. Everyone probably has blackout curtains.
They
and
have
stuff.
to, because I mean, we were sleeping outside. I woke up and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. It looked like it was 10 o'clock. It was
Yeah.
like that's how light it was outside.
So weird.
But I guess you get used to it. But I like it, the sun to go down at night and come up in the morning.
You missed all the fun and games.
But in Europe, further up in Europe, the sun stays out like till 10 o'clock instead of like here at 9 o'clock. It starts getting dark in the summer.
Yeah.
When the sun is
Right.
out the latest.
Yeah.
I got something for you, Josh.
Okay. What was he supposed to do?
He's supposed to be here at 6 to do graphics. I've sorted it. I've just learned how to do it, so I'll end up doing it. But it's fine. One job. One job.
So Donna,
Don't give him any jobs.
do you know where the Ford Records headset is and all that groovy stuff?
I'm assuming it's in the. I'm assuming it's not. It's in there still.
Do I have to stay here?
I think
No,
so.
you can do
Okay,
it.
good. I feel uncomfortable.
I feel uncomfortable. I want to move.
There's too many lights in here.
I'm totally moving
I
now.
like darkness, okay?
I do not want to be in the light. Just so we're clear.
Mickey, do you have the keys to the?
I do.
Because he needs the headset.
Or will you just see that?
Go and see James the Mormon.
I guess I can't really practice on the teleprompter without somebody trying to read it.
Once Josh has finished formatting the script, he'll come back on the book and then we can practice.
Okay, because I don't want to fuck it up.
You want to, is it, don't you?
It's been a long time, and it's you have to, I mean, I know that I have to pace myself with whoever is reading, and everybody reads differently, talks differently, so,
You'll be fine.
and I'm just nervous.
Don't get stressed, you'll be fine. You'll be utterly, utterly fine. Wow. Where's my phone?
Thank you.
Hi, love.
So, with this, am I plugging in this Peter Tom A deal or?
You're plugging it in over there. Okay. So, county.
Hey, Steve.
Speak to me that.
You can forget it. I'll do it myself. I've already just learnt to do it, so you can go and tell him. I've learnt to do it myself, so fuck him. So you ask them to do one thing and not even capable of that. Okay. put my mic up so Donna can hear me. Thanks to our KMVT Community Media partners, and welcome to CreaTV San Jose and Valley Politics for our live election night special. I'm your host, Terry Christensen, and I'm joined by Julia Baum, reporter for Metro News and San Jose Spotlight. Welcome, Julia. We'll report shortly on the early returns and then take a close look at several crucial local races and ballot measures with special guest Councilman Raul Perales, Assemblyman Evan Lowe and Supervisor Ken Yeager. But this day is all about the voters. So before we do anything else, let's hear from some local folks about their plans. Slow it down, Donna, slow it down. Bring it back down again, a little bit further down. Too quick, too quick. Okay, stop it there, I'll read. Lots of enthusiasm there, and that's consistent with, oh, I'm going backwards again. I can go forwards now. I'm still going backwards. Donna, slow it down. Okay, I'll start from lots of enthusiasm, okay? Lots of enthusiasm there, and that's consistent with what the Santa Clara County Registrar of Voters told us when we talked with her last week. She expected a participation rate or turnaround of 60 to 70% in Santa Clara County, which is very high for a non-presidential election. If that turns out to be accurate, the voters we talked to were clearly not the only ones, enthusiastic ones. But the registrar also told us that 78% of the voters in Santa Clara County cast their ballots by mail, which means a lot of them voted before today. And that takes us to a quick look at the early returns. These were posted just after 8 p.m. when the polls close, and of course they're ballots that were sent in early. The registrar says these numbers represent about 40% of the ultimate vote. After all the ballots cast at polling places today and the postal ballots that have yet to arrive have been counted. Again, this is only the first count, and the candidates who are ahead or behind may change when all the other votes are counted. In most cases, however, the candidates in the lead in this first report will end up being the winners, that change in maybe 1 out of 20 races. So while these numbers aren't final, in most cases they're a reliable indicator of winners and losers. So let's look at some numbers, starting with our local congressional delegation, Zoe Lofgren, Ro Khanna and Anna Eshard. They're all Democrats and they're all winners tonight. We're confident in saying that because only 18% of the voters in Santa Clara County are Republicans, and none of these candidates had a strong challenger. The same goes for all of the local... Whoa, 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 whoa. Go back. Okay, stop there. The same goes for all of the local members of the state legislature. All incumbents, all easily re-elected. We're going backwards again, Donna. Okay. For those races, at least, we're confident in calling the winners. It's not so easy with contests for local office where we have a bunch of real races. So let's take a look at the numbers. For Santa Clara County Sheriff incumbent Laurie Smith was challenged by former Undersheriff John Hirakawa. Julia has the numbers. Another hot race pitted San Jose City Councilman Don Rusher against school trustee Susan Ellenberg for Santa Clara County Supervisor. District 4, that's Campbell, West San Jose and Santa Clara. Julia. We'll talk more about these contests later, or in our second segment. Right now, let's take a look at the results for the 2 seats on the San Jose City Council that are being contested today. Maya Esparza is running against Tam Nguyen, the incumbent council member for District 7. That's South Central San Jose. Nguyen beat Esparza by only 209 votes and took too quick, Donna. You need to keep what I'm reading in the middle of the screen. So I need to be looking in the middle of the screen for what I'm reading. Okay, let's go for that from there. Maya Esparza is running against Tam Nguyen, the incumbent council member for District 7. That's South Central San Jose. Nguyen beat Esparza by only 209 votes in 2014, and it looks like this will be another close one. Blah Blah is running ahead in the first count. Julia, do you think that will hold? Any insights on that race? So stop it there, Donna. It needs to be in the middle for me to read it, not up at the top of the screen. Sweet, stop there. Perfect. The district is 48% Latino and 38%.
Okay. The other thing too is I want to set this camera for myself and after we get this thing straightened out. Okay.
Blah blah is running ahead in the first count. Julia, do you think that will hold any insights on that race? And then stop, Donna, because I'm going to stop talking. When he says Julia, Julia will stop talking. So you need to leave that in the middle then for me to come back to. Blah, 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 blah. And then I'll go back to it. The district is 48% Latino and 38% Vietnamese. So a Latino candidate should have the advantage. But Latinos are notoriously unreliable voters, while Vietnamese turnout is always high for Vietnamese candidates. This is one outcome that could change as the counting goes on. In the past, Esparza has gained on win in later counts. In San Jose Council, District 9, that's the Cambrian area, it's a context between two, that should be a contest, not context. Josh, do me a favour.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Go in and swap context for contest. Oh, she might have done it. Thanks. So Steve, if possible, I need to get behind you to bring the guests in, because
Okay.
we're going to be on a close-up of Terry when I bring two guests in halfway through the show.
All right.
So leave me some space behind you. What do you want me to do? Okay. Thanks to our KMVT Community Media partners, and welcome to Create TV San Jose and Valley Politics for our live election night special. I'm your host, Terry Christensen, and I'm joined by Julia Baum, reporter for Metro News and San Jose Spotlight. Welcome, Julia. We'll report shortly on the early returns and then take a close look at several crucial local races and ballot measures with special guest Councilman Raul Perales, Assemblyman Evan Lowe, and Supervisor Ken Yeager. But this day is all about the voters. So before we do anything, let's hear from some local folks about their plans for today.
So, Vicky, you want me doing floor and camera one also,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you'll be in Terry's eye line. He'll be able to see you.
Okay, good.
Thanks to our KMVT Community Media partners, and welcome to Create TV San Jose and Valley Politics. For our live election night special, I'm your host, Terry Christensen, and I'm joined by Julia Baum, reporter for Metro News and San Jose Spotlight. Welcome, Julia. We'll report shortly on the early returns and then take a close look at several crucial local races and ballot measures with a special guest, Councilman Raul Perales, Assemblyman Evan Lowe, and Supervisor Ken Yeager. But this day is all about the voters, so before we do anything else, let's hear from some local folks about their plans for today.
Some local yokels.
Okay, lots of enthusiasm there, and that's consistent with what the Santa Clara County Registrar of Voters told us when we talked with her last week. She expected a participation rate or turnout of 60 to 70% in Santa Clara County, which is very high for a non-presidential election. If that turns out to be accurate, the voters we talked to were clearly not the only enthusiastic ones. The registrar also told us that 78% of the voters in Santa Clara County cast their ballots by mail, which means a lot of them voted before today. And that takes us to a quick look at the early returns. These were just posted after 8 p.m. when the polls closed, and of course they're ballots that were sent in early. The registrar says these numbers represent about 40% of the ultimate vote. After all, the ballots cast at polling places today and the postal ballots that have yet to arrive have already been counted. Again, this is only the first count, and the candidates who are ahead or behind may change when all the other votes are counted. In most cases, however, the candidates in the lead in this first report will end up being the winners. That changes in maybe 1 out of 20 races. So while these numbers aren't final, in most cases they're a reliable indicator of winners and losers. So let's look at some numbers, starting with our local congressional delegation, Zoe Lofgren, Ro Khanna, and Anna Eshoo. They're all Democrats, and they're all winners tonight. We're confident in saying that because only 18% of the voters in Santa Clara County are Republicans, and none of these candidates had a strong challenger. The same goes for all of the local members of the state legislature, all incumbents, all easily re-elected. For those races at least, we're confident in calling the winners. It's not so easy with contests for local office, where we have a bunch of real races, so let's take a look at the numbers. For Santa Clara County Sheriff incumbent Laurie Smith was challenged by former Undersheriff John Hirakawa. Julia has the numbers. Another hot race pitted San Jose City Councilman Don Rocha against school trustee Susan Ellenberg for Santa Clara County Supervisor. District 4, that's Campbell, West San Jose and Santa Clara. Julia. Julia! We'll talk more about these contests later, or in our second segment. Right now, let's take a look at the results for the 2 seats on the San Jose City Council that are being contested today. Maya Esparza is running against Tam Nguyen, the incumbent council member for District 7, that's South Central San Jose. Nguyen beat Esparza by only 209 votes in 2014, and it looks like this will be another close one. Blah, blah, blah is running ahead in the first count. Julia, do you think that will hold any insights on that race? The district is 48% Latino and 38% Vietnamese, so a Latino candidate should have the advantage. But Latinos are notoriously unreliable voters, while Vietnamese turnout is always high for Vietnamese candidates. This is one of the outcomes that could change as the counting goes on. In the past, Esparza has gained on Nguyen in later counts. In San Jose Council District 9, that's the Cambrian area, it's a contest between 2 school trustees, Pam Foley and Kaylin Gallagher. Julia, what are we seeing there? Foley would be an ally of the mayor who endorsed her. Gallagher would lean left. Note chamber hit pieces. Note chamber hit pieces? Did they work or did they backfire? What does that mean? Note chamber hit pieces. What the fuck is that? All right, mark that and let's move on. I don't even know what that means. Note chamber hit pieces. Gallagher is an interesting candidate because he did not seek traditional organisational endorsements like Labour and the Chamber. We'll see if that was a winning strategy. San Jose voters were also asked to approve bonds for the infrastructure and housing. Bonds don't pass unless 2/3 of the voters approve, and both Measure T, the infrastructure bonds, 650 million, and Measure V, 450 million, the housing bond, are falling short at this point.
Hello, Mr. Puppet.
Hello! This is bullshit!
Look, if you're not going to behave, you cannot be on my show.
They all suck!
They all suck, because I'm a suck. I'm a sucking suck.
Are you a dirty sock?
I'm a clean suck.
I'm from Goofer!
I think you should do that right in the middle of the show.
Oh my God.
You should definitely come up and do that. Oh God, I should have rolled tape on that.
Okay.
That was just freaking awesome.
So we have some other guests joining us
That's
now.
great.
So we'll give Julia a break. She'll be back to help us analyse some other results when we return at 9:20. But now, to take a closer look at the San Jose candidates and measures, we're joined by Raul Perales, the councilman for downtown San Jose. Welcome, councilman.
Take it away, sock.
What do you think about the first numbers on measures T and V? Lots of time, bond and tax measures don't... What? Lots of times, bond and tax measures don't get the required 2/3 approval until every last votes are counted. Are you optimistic? Tell us what candidates or other ballot measures you're watching particularly closely. You sly fox, you. If the leaders hold on in the 2 council races, what do you think got them to this point? Key endorsements, volunteers, bribes, sexual favours. How do you think the city council will be changed when the 2 newly elected members tonight join you?
I think that's the end of section 1, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I'm at my blank slide now.
You're at blank.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm an empty page.
Are you shooting blanks?
I'm ready to be written on.
And now we're joined by Assemblyman Evan Lowe, who have already declared a winner tonight. Come on, Evan. So, Assemblyman Lowe, was it a tough race? Last time you got 70%. Have you done better this time, or what? Or are you just a sad loser? Are there other races or ballot measures you're watching closely, or just the breasts of the woman next to you? What's your prediction about whether Democrats will hold their 2/3 majority in the Assembly and get to 2/3? Blah, 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 blah. Get to the end. These are all questions that I don't even know if we'll get them to them because it seems really long. Okay. So thanks for joining us, Assemblyman Lowe, and good luck tonight. We'll be keeping an eye on that count. And now we're going to Mid-Penn Media Centre for an update on what's going on in Palo Alto this election day. Remember, live and local coverage like you're seeing tonight is only possible because of non-profit community media centres like CreaTV. Visit creatvesj.org to learn more about the work that we do and how you can support your only local media centre. We'll be back with more news about San Jose and Santa Clara County races at 9:20. Now I'm Terry Christensen for Valley Politics and CreaTV. Signing off. TTFN. Nice one, Donna. Thank you, Mountain View, and welcome back to Valley Politics at CreaTV San Jose. I'm Terry Christensen, and Julia Baum is back with us to run down the numbers. In a few minutes, we'll be joined by Supervisor Ken Yeager to talk about the county races. To review the San Jose contest, we're watching blah blah is leading, and blah blah in Council Lead District 7, and blah 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 is currently ahead of zzz in District 9. San Jose Measure T, the infrastructure bond, and Measure V, the housing bond, are both running short of the 2/3 yes vote needed for approval. Before we get to the county races with Ken, tell us what's going on in Milpitas and Santa Clara, Julia. Where's my sock? You will have about a minute for this, Julia. Just saying. Milpitas Mayor, Santa Clara Mayor, Santa Clara Measure N. Julia. Who's ahead, sock?
Who wants what?
This would be such a better show. Why don't we just do this? This is brilliant. Hello, sock. Sock. Okay, shut up, Julia. Now, if you're wondering why we haven't seen an update to the vote count since 8 p.m., you're not the only one. Last week, we talked to Santa Clara County Registrar of Voters about why the counting takes so bloody long, especially in the high-tech capital of the world. Run video, and then I'll bring Ken Yeager in, and he'll sit there. And we'll go. So, Santa Clara County Supervisor Ken Yeager, about to retire, joins us now. Welcome, Kenneth. We've just heard the registrar say they'll be counting faster in 2020. But I know you've heard complaints about the slow count for years and probably complained yourself. So why is it taking so long to fix this? Damn it! Speaking of funding, Santa Clara County Measure A is an extension of an existing 1/8 cent sales tax. This needs a majority of 50% plus 1 to pass, and right now it's passing comfortably. Why is this important to the county? Will our voters ever say no? 5-term incumbent Sheriff Laurie Smith is currently ahead of her challenger, John Hirakawa, and I hope he gets in because she has buggered me about over a video for the past 18 months. Lots of money has been spent on that race and on the video that they still haven't got on both sides, probably by $1 million in total, including independent expenditures by the Sheriff Deputies Union for Hirakawa and by the Corrections Officers Union for Smith. Hirakawa, endorsed by Democratic Party Mercury News, Smith endorsed by South Bay Labour Cope, Ken endorsed by Laura Smith. What do you think accounts for the outcome we're seeing in the first returns? Julia joins in with a question of observation. Now to get to the blah, 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 blah. So if Ellenberg holds the lead, how do you account for her victory when Don Rocha is evidently more attractive? Is this another year of the woman? Is Ellenberg even a woman? Maybe Foley and Esparza, 5,000 more female than male voters in Supervisor District 4? Me too. I don't know what any of this shit means. Don Rocha was supported by the unions and hundreds of Labour volunteers, plus independent expenditure by the unions. Why wasn't that enough? Ken, were there other candidates or ballot measures you were keeping an eye out on? We're just about out of time. So Julia and Supervisor Ken Yeager, thank you very much for being with us tonight. Now we're going back to Mid-Penn Media Centre for more on what's going on in Palo Alto. Remember, the sort of coverage you're seeing tonight is only possible because of non-profit community media centres like CreateTV. Visit creatvsj.org to learn more about the work we do and how you can support your only local media centre. Find CreateTV San Jose on YouTube to watch current and past episodes of Valley Politics. We'll be back next month with a conversation on the state of the political parties in Santa Clara County with the Republican and Democrat Party of Chairman. But for now, good night.
Yeah, huh?
You could hear that? I can. Okay. She could, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it might
buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, yeah, it was no problem.
He's on the ground, he's doing other stuff. I'm speaking on his behalf.
There we go. No, for sure. Better words than wieners. Don't you know? Wow.
Something you ever get.
Groovy.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Coach, can you hear this headset?
Oh, there it is. The button's actually right there. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, just make sure to go like not the squares beneath that. Yeah. No, I think we're good.
We have an election coming up November 6th. Do you plan to vote?
Who's ahead? Sock?
Who wants what?